In this video, what I'd like to do is kind of take a step back. I want to get into the electrical theory stuff again. I want to go over amps really quick. This should be a fast video, I promise. So we remember that amps are actually the measurement of those electrons flowing from atom to atom to atom. Now, as you remember, if the electrons are flowing from a negative to a positive power source, this is considered the electron flow theory. Now, a lot of times things will be explained in what they call the conventional theory, or sometimes it'll be drawn as schematic. And that will actually be from positive over to negative. The reason they do this is because it's kind of more of a tradition. Also, when you're talking to engineers, what they believe is that they're actually following the electron hole, or sometimes it's called the electron hole theory. So the electrons are jumping from negative over to the positive, but because they've left a spot, there's suddenly a hole there. So if there was I guess I would draw it like this, where there was an electron in a hole and it bounced over to another hole and filled that other hole, and then there was another hole and it jumped over and filled that hole up too. That would be the electron hole theory, because a hole, as in like a hole that electron should sit in. So sometimes you're going to see that, and I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Also, there's a lot of talk about that electron flow theory. So recap: electron flow theory, negative to positive. Conventional theory is usually positive to negative. And also that electron hole theory is positive to negative. All right, so we got that cleared up. Just remember that amps is the measurement of electrons passing any given point in 1 second time. So, and remember the math equation to figure that out is going to be 6.24 times 10 to the 18th power. Not a super important equation to know. Just know that there is a lot of electrons passing a given point to equal 1 amp, okay? Also remember, there's no electrons to make up an amp. It's how many are passing that given point. So it might be a trick question. Also, amps can be defined as an A, just like that. It can also be defined as an I for intensity, and it can also be called current or flow, depending on who you're talking to. I don't think flow would be the correct way to talk about it, but it's often talked about using the terms current. So if somebody says how much current is going through that wire, they are talking about amps. So that's going to conclude everything that we are going to need to know about amps for right now in the course. As we continue on, we might build on that some more. So let's go ahead and continue on.